Wait, aren't vegetables always good for you? That's what Nancy asked me, a bright, active 67-year-old woman from Minnesota, after spending a night in the ER with sharp kidney pain. The diagnosis? Kidney stones. The cause? A daily spinach smoothie, ironically added to her routine to stay healthy. She was doing everything right, or so she thought, and she's not alone. We've all been raised to believe that vegetables are the golden ticket to health, especially as we get older. Especially as we get older. From the time we're kids, we hear it. Eat your greens. But what happens when the very foods we've trusted for years might actually start to work against us? If you're in your mid 40s, 50s, or even 70s and paying closer attention to your body, energy levels, and health in general, this message is for you. Because as we age, our bodies change in subtle but important ways. The digestive system becomes a bit more sensitive. The kidneys may not filter as efficiently. The thyroid slows down, and suddenly things we ate with no problem in our 30s or 40s are now causing discomfort or worse. But here's the good news. With awareness and a few smart choices, we can still enjoy the nutritional power of vegetables while avoiding their hidden pitfalls. The problem isn't the vegetables. It's how our bodies change after 45 SPY. Let me be clear, vegetables are still one of the most powerful allies in aging well. They fight inflammation, lower blood pressure, support digestion, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and heart disease. But not all vegetables are created equal, and not all bodies respond the same, especially after 45. Our kidneys, liver, and digestive tract, all responsible for processing nutrients and filtering waste, start to lose efficiency over time. It's a natural part of aging. On top of that, many of us are dealing with chronic conditions like hypothyroidism, arthritis, acid reflux, or even low bone density. Some vegetables contain compounds that can aggravate these conditions when consumed in large amounts or prepared the wrong way. Take oxalates, for example. These are naturally occurring substances found in spinach, beets, and Swiss chard. In small amounts, oxalates are harmless, but when consumed in excess, especially for someone with reduced kidney function, they can bind with calcium and form kidney stones. Then there are goitrogens found in kale and cabbage, which can interfere with iodine absorption in the thyroid, a big issue for the many adults over 50 already on thyroid medication. Even certain beans and nightshades, like kidney beans or green potatoes, contain natural toxins that are dangerous if not properly cooked or stored. Yet these foods are still marketed to us as superfoods, with little explanation of how to consume them safely. So what are we supposed to do? Stop eating vegetables? Of course not. But we do need to start eating smarter, not just cleaner. Real solutions start with knowing what to watch for. Let's take a closer look at a few vegetables that deserve a second look and why they're sometimes more complicated than they seem. First up, spinach. It's rich in iron and folate, but also extremely high in oxalates. If you're having spinach every single day in smoothies, salads, soups, and you're over 50, that oxalate load may quietly be building up. You won't notice until you're doubled over in pain from kidney stones. Instead, rotate your greens. Mix in arugula, butter lettuce, or bok choy, all lower in oxalates, but still packed with nutrients. Next, kale, the darling of the clean eating movement. But if you're eating it raw in your daily green juice and already have low thyroid function, you may be making things worse. Kale's goitrogens can interfere with thyroid hormone production. The fix? Cook your kale. Even just lightly steaming it reduces the goitrogenic effect. Kidney beans are another sneaky culprit. When undercooked, they can cause nausea, vomiting, and even food poisoning-like symptoms. That's because they contain a lectin called phytohemagglutinin, which is destroyed only by boiling at high heat. Using a slow cooker or skipping the boil? Risky. Soak your beans overnight, rinse thoroughly, and boil for 10 minutes minimum before cooking. And what about green potatoes? If your potatoes have a green tint, toss them. That green is solanine, a natural toxin that can cause everything from headaches to gastrointestinal upset. It forms when potatoes are exposed to light for too long, and no, peeling doesn't remove it all. Always store potatoes in a cool, dark place, and don't eat the green ones. Last on the list, rhubarb leaves. Yes, only the stalks are edible, but those vibrant green leaves contain oxalic acid and anthraquinones, compounds that can cause burning, nausea, and even kidney failure in extreme cases. Never eat or cook with rhubarb leaves, even in small amounts. These are common, even beloved foods. But in the wrong context, they become hidden hazards. Science and stories that back it up. Let's talk numbers. According to a study published in Urology, over 80% of kidney stones in older adults are calcium oxalate stones, and dietary oxalates from spinach and beets are a leading cause. Another study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology found that excessive raw cruciferous vegetable intake, like kale and cabbage, can suppress thyroid hormone levels, especially in individuals with subclinical hypothyroidism, which affects nearly 1 in 5 adults over 60. And regarding beans, the FDA has repeatedly warned consumers about improperly cooked red kidney beans. In one documented case, a group of people became violently ill after consuming undercooked beans in a chili cook-off. No pathogens were found. The culprit? Lectins that weren't destroyed because the beans weren't boiled. Even solanine toxicity from green potatoes, though rare, is well documented in medical literature, especially among older adults with lower body mass and slower metabolism, where even a small dose has stronger effects. So no, these aren't internet myths or exaggerated warnings. They're real health concerns, especially for older adults, the group most likely to be adjusting their diets for longevity, but least likely to know the fine print behind healthy foods. The smarter way to eat vegetables after 45. Here's the reality. We don't need to fear vegetables. We just need to understand them better. The same way we've learned that not all fats are bad, hello, avocados and olive oil, we now need to learn that not all vegetables should be treated equally. Cook your greens, soak your beans, store your root veggies correctly, rotate your ingredients, and most importantly, pay attention to how your body feels. If you're constantly bloated, foggy, or tired after eating healthy meals, it might be time to rethink what's really on your plate. Here's a safe and delicious list of vegetables that are ideal for people over 45. Broccoli, high in fiber, vitamin C, and sulforaphane, a compound that fights inflammation. Carrots, great for vision and immune function, low in oxalates and easy to digest. Sweet potatoes, high in potassium and fiber, excellent for blood sugar and heart health. Zucchini, easy on the gut, rich in water and vitamin A. Bell peppers, packed with vitamin C, perfect raw or cooked. Cauliflower, versatile, gentle, and low in problem compounds. Eat these freely in a variety of ways, and your body will thank you. Smolf's big results. Let me circle back to Nancy, the woman I mentioned at the beginning. After that painful episode with kidney stones, she didn't stop eating vegetables. She just made a few key changes. Less raw spinach, more variety, and smarter preparation. Within 3 months, her energy improved, her digestion normalized, and her next checkup showed perfect kidney function. Her story isn't unique. I've seen the same transformation in dozens of clients and readers who simply learned how to respect the nuance of nutrition after 45. So the next time you prepare a meal, ask yourself, is this food helping my body work better or quietly making it work harder? You've earned the right to feel great, move freely, and eat confidently in your 50s, 60s, and beyond. Don't let misinformation or oversimplified superfood trends rob you of that. Eat smart, age strong. You don't need to give up your favorite vegetables. Just be smart about them. Your body is wiser than it's ever been. Now your nutrition should be too.